How needing outside validation will always keep you small, broke, and very, very unattractive. Okay. So, welcome back to another episode of Healing into Femininity. And as you can already hear it, I think always in my introduction, you can hear how much fun I think this topic is. And this is a deep topic. Let's dive right in with your holistic wealth bestie, Joanna, and let's go. So, the thing is with validation, we kind of need validation, and at the same time, we shouldn't have to need it. Okay. So, one concept that I love, also again, shout out to Exoticals United, she speaks about validation stacking. What is validation? Validation is when someone else from the outside tells you that you're beautiful, that you have a beautiful outfit, that you have beautiful hair, a beautiful face, a beautiful body, whatever, a beautiful career, a beautiful car, a beautiful house, a beautiful husband, beautiful kids, blah, blah, blah. Everything that other people can see and have an opinion on, and then decide to compliment you on it is validation, right? And it is a natural human need to be validated because somehow like we are in a mirror universe, right? Like we want to be seen, we want to be heard, we want our existence to be acknowledged. That's natural. And then at the same time, if you wait, like if you only, there are two levels of validation: internal validation and external validation. The secret is you can validate yourself. And validation means that you tell yourself and you decide. And this is what power really is. Like, let me give you a gem. Again, like I'm always giving you gems. I'm always giving you gems, and I hope that you value it. Yeah. Because one of the secrets of this whole universe is that you command whatever it is that you want to happen. You don't hope for it, you don't ask for it. You say that this is going to happen. You say that it is so. Right? This is a spell. You say that it is so. And you can use the same thing with everything. And let's now talk about validation. So, in terms of validation, you learn to validate yourself. That means instead of waiting for someone else to say that you're beautiful, you tell yourself that you're beautiful. And the even deeper secret is you actually have to think that way. You actually have to mean it, right? You have to say, no, I am beautiful. Like I am beautiful. And I actually believe that I'm beautiful because I have done the work that I could do in order to actually love myself. There's like many facets to it. It's about really validating yourself, loving who you are, loving your ancestors, right? Loving the facial features, loving your body, working on your body, like working on yourself so much so that you can actually mean what you say. I believe that's very important, right? You can't just say it without actually being in alignment with your own beauty standard, right? You have to do the things that you feel is beautiful. And I think the more you actually do, the more you invest in yourself, time, energy, effort, money, and you actually work on becoming the person that you think is beautiful, you will have no problem with feeling beautiful. And then you also don't really need external validation, but it will come. Right? If you say, I am beautiful, I think I'm beautiful. Like, I don't need anybody to tell me that I'm beautiful. Like, I am living up to my own beauty standard. I'm doing my best. I love myself. I have grace with myself. I'm also hard on myself. Yeah. And I love myself. I want to love myself and really mean it. I want to say that I'm beautiful and really mean it. What can I do from where I am with what I have to actually work on my beauty? Right? It's not only given, like it's not only saying the affirmations, but really also working on the things that you can do. Okay, so that is very important, giving yourself beauty validation. The same thing with smarts, like intelligent validation. Yeah, I think I'm intelligent. I am validating myself. I think I'm intelligent. I know that I'm intelligent, and I don't have, like, nobody has to tell me. Yes, it's going to be a nice reflection or compliment, right? A reflection means you reflected and it reflects back, right? It's just like we live in a mirror universe, right? That means you've probably heard that saying before, that when you want the world to smile, you have to smile at it, right? It's the same thing with the mirror, like literal mirror. If you smile at the mirror will smile back at you. If you validate yourself, the world will validate you. Like that's the law of attraction. If you think you're beautiful, the world will mirror it back to you that you're beautiful. If you think you're intelligent, yeah, and you continue to pour from your intelligence, when you know you're intelligent and you speak intelligently, you just exude that feeling of I am an intelligent woman, the world will sooner or later reflect it back to you. Oh, you're very intelligent, but you have to claim it first. You have to validate yourself first. And of course, you also have to back it up so you can actually believe yourself, right? One thing you can do is actually get that degree. You can get that job, you can get that degree, you can get that next certification. You can do those things. I believe that there's always like you can also do too much. I've seen it in the coaching space that many women never come out, like out into the open and become visible, and they're just stacking certifications after certifications become because they come from a place of lack. They never think that they're actually intelligent enough or good enough to present themselves and then also be of service to others. So you want to check that too, right? It's about working on yourself, but also coming from a place of love, coming from a place of I am already enough. But yeah, in order to think of myself very highly, I have to accomplish my own intelligence standard. Like, what is my personal standard of intelligence? Like, how do I think? How can I articulate myself? How can I hold two opposing ideas in my mind at the same time and realizing both can be true at the same time? That is a highly intelligent marker, like being able to see different perspective and know that both is true from wherever the perspective is being seen. Yeah. So I am intelligent. I validate myself. I know it. I am it. I exude it. Yeah, the same thing with everything else. I am successful. What is your own definition of success? Right? What is your own definition of success? For me personally, it is a holistic success, right? I'm your holistic wealth bestie. I feel wealthy. I feel very wealthy. I feel very successful because I have become the woman that I want to be. And from here on, of course, it continues to go on. But I have reached a level of success, a level of wealth, and I can define it for you. So for me personally, my success is number one, my health. Like I feel good in my body. I feel healthy. I feel vibrant. I'm 34 or I'm 35. I feel that I still look young. I'm continuously working on my skin, on my body, on my hair, my nails, my teeth, and things like that. I keep myself fresh. I keep myself clean. I am indulging in a healthy lifestyle. Yeah. Can I do more? Absolutely. But do I still feel like I have accomplished something? Yes, absolutely. So I validate myself. For me, that's success. Right. The same thing with my accomplishments. I am all about bragging. I'm all about privilege stacking. I love it. And I'm going to brag for you now. So I feel like, and it's my personal, like you, if you have a different standard, that's fine. But we all have to live up to our own standards, not to those of my parents or society, but really who do I want to be and need to be for myself in order to actually confidently say, yeah, this is what I actually really believe. So for me, it is like my intelligence. Like I am the first out of my family who went and got her bachelor's degree in international business and culture studies, and then I continued my like adult education. So I'm a holistic nutritionist. This was very important to me. Like I was so passionate about this topic, and I'm so proud of myself that I went to get it. Like I was brave, I stepped out, I enrolled, I paid money, like I invested into myself. I got this like culinary nutritionist degree. And I worked in that field. Like everything about the whole experience was so empowering because I went and got what I was highly interested in. And this is like the foundation of my mindset and also of my life. Like what I've learned there, I apply it for myself. And I feel very safe and secure with that knowledge. Like it feels good. Like I don't worry about my health because I feel like I know what it needs to create holistic health, right? Not only food, but mindset, wellness, feeling good, and all of those things. So I'm very proud of that. Then I went to become a certified life coach. That means that I have extensive knowledge about psychology. I have extensive knowledge about physiology, like literally the nervous system, how to reprogram the subconscious mind, the nervous system, how to get trigger free, like emotional release techniques, and really feel like you are in your own skin and you feel safe in this world and how you can move in this world, right? And also the whole success mindset thing, how to build a business, how to build an online business, how to create systems, how to create programs, right? How to also step into becoming a highly sought after business person, right? All of these things I kind of learned in my becoming a life coach certification. And again, I invested like a good amount of money, like almost, I don't know, with only them, I probably invested probably 70,000 or even more dollars with them, because I was worth it. That's how I feel. Like I was worth it. I wanted that. This was very important to me. Again, other women might have invested that kind of money into their body in terms of plastic surgery or in terms of like beauty treatments and things like that. And that's fine. Like that's fine. Like I'm not throwing shade at nobody, but that was very important to me. And because I went and got the education that I wanted, business, health, and like mindset and physiology and nervous system work and business building and things like that, because I went to and I invested even more like online business courses and more of the feminine embodiment work. Like I continue to invest in myself. Another business mentor, all of that is probably more than six figures at this point. And I'm very proud of that. Like I'm very proud of that. And I want you to be proud of whatever it is that you went and got too. And if you feel like it's time for you to get another certification. Yeah, and by the way, I also got this project management, agile coaching and management project certification, because I always feel like, okay, I got to do this in order to reach my own standard. Of course, I always make sure, like, is it an external thing or is it really something that I want to learn, right? And for me, I can say like these are the things that I wanted to learn. This is so empowering, right? I validate myself. I have a dream, I have a desire, and I want it. And for me, it is intellectual. Like I love, like that's my capital, that's my asset. This is what I sell, like this is what I offer, this is what was important to me. Like I was always driven by, I want to understand this world, I want to understand what's going on here, I want to understand how I can be powerful and how I can create the life experience that I want, right? So this was very important to me. And now I validate myself and I'm like, I am here. I am an expert. I am, but I'm also continuing to learn, right? Like we live in this phase where nobody's an expert anymore. But yeah, I think you have to be an expert and you're still out here being a human being. Like I'm not perfect, but those things are my expertise. And I want you to feel the same way about yourself. Validate yourself in a field where you feel like you're an expert. And it can be something as simple, which I believe if you're an expert at something, it's never, it's still very like you're competent. It's a complex topic, but you know a lot about it. So I don't want to like degrade it. But if you are like, if you're very into whatever interior design, oh my God, perfect. You're an expert on this. Maybe you want to get one degree, like one certification, giving you the boom, like you got it, like you're an expert, and then you can go run with it and be a successful interior design person, right? So the same thing with with scents, right? If you're into scents naturally, like perfume and things like that, go and maybe get a degree or get a certification on you know that you're doing it, like professionalize yourself, and then you can go and run with it. That's what I believe. Like, you do it, and invest in yourself so you can actually give yourself the extra of confidence that you know, oh yeah, I am certified. Even though, like, we know sometimes people who are not certified in something can be as good as, but many times the certification, like the authority is going to help us to actually be like, yeah, I actually, like, I paid this money, I got the certification, now I can do it. I'm qualified, right? I'm qualified. I know how this works. So coming back to self-validation, I think it's important as a woman to validate your beauty because, yeah, we live in a very shallow world and beauty is a very big topic. So, what is important to you, right? What is important to you, the way you want to look, the way you want to have your hair, things like that. I just mentioned it. Validate yourself. And if there's something that you can do about upgrading it or enhancing it, do it. Why not? Right? The same thing about your like mental. For me, very important. I feel like I have always been driven by it, not only in a sense of I have to prove myself, but yeah, also I wanted to prove myself to myself and also to others. Yes, I'm smart. I'm smart. And yeah, it's important to me. But the same thing goes with everything else. Like, if you say, for example, with this YouTube channel, I know that I have something to say. So yeah, I'm proving to myself that I believe that I have something to say by showing up here every day. So I want to impart this confidence and this motivation and this understanding through the knowledge that I share, the techniques and the approaches on how you can build the same level of confidence for yourself. I want to impart it on you because I want to share those things. So I have to come up on here and share that with you because, yeah, I know I am an expert and I know I have something to say. And I want you to validate yourself in that regard as well. I don't have to wait for anybody to tell me, yeah, you can do it. No, like, I know I can't do it. Like, you don't have to tell me shit. Why I'm becoming so aggressive? Because I want to be very transparent with you. This has been one of my biggest triggers in probably the past 7 years. I have been deeply invested, as I just shared, I have been deeply invested in personal development, in learning all these concepts, all these, like, about the universe, like the universal laws, about the intuition, about business building, about online business building, about um inner work, like really getting over your ego. Let's just call it that for simplicity's sake. Getting over your ego and becoming your higher self, and also about nutrition and health. And what has triggered me the most is when people who I have been telling, let me be human for once. No, I'm always human. Like, that's really what has set me free. Okay, I'm not above it. But what triggered me for the longest was when friends and people that I have told, like, about health and mindset and personal development and spirituality and things like that, when I told them about that, they weren't receptive. You know, those people, like, they weren't really receptive. They thought maybe, okay, yeah, she's talking her talk, but they didn't really take it serious. Then years later, they're now coming to me and telling me those things. And I'm like, bitch, like, I told you that like years ago. So don't come to me like thinking, and I don't, like, I'm ranting a little bit, so leave me. Um, but thinking that you have discovered something new. No, like, I have known that for a while, you know? So that's one of the motivations for me to now share my knowledge publicly, because I want to be seen as an expert. I want to be seen as somebody who knows about these topics. Let me be real. Let me be real. Like, I don't want people to come to me and pretend like I didn't know those things. Because again, like, this is my, like, intellectual ego. Let's be real. So if you have that too, be real with yourself. Like, what is it that you want to be seen as an expert in? Like if you have your knowledge, if you have your talent, if you have put time and effort into refining your natural talent, get out there and claim your spot. Claim your spot and create your own YouTube channel, create your own brand, create your own business. If you want help, that's exactly what I do. Yeah, I help you to create the mindset, the nervous system, and the system for you to create $1 million business. And I really want to tell you, like, if it bothers you, it probably is the reason for you to go out there and put yourself on a pedestal, right? Put yourself on your own throne, put yourself out there, create your own business, create your own brand. I talked about that a lot. Validate yourself by saying, like, I am here and this is what I am. Like, this is who I am. This is what I have to offer. These are the things that I stand for. These are the things that I want to be associated with, right? With health, with beauty, with mindset, with intellect, right? With culture, with self-empowerment, with being a goddess, with knowing about the internal work that we as humans have to do in order to get to the next level of consciousness, but also about knowing how to move through this world to really have the the world mirror back to you what you have already realized within yourself. This is exactly what I'm talking about in this episode, right? Validate yourself, validate your beauty, validate your privilege. It's like activating it, right? Validate it, activate it. Activate your privilege, activate your intelligence, activate your wealth, right? Activate your wealth privilege, activate anything that is important to you where you, okay, sorry, I almost forgot. This is the reason why I recorded that video. Let me get very specific. One thing that I feel is the last thing that I also had to overcome was to, as said, like the world is a mirror to us, and everything that we have activated within ourselves, the world will mirror back to us. And the last vestige, kind of for me, let me be very transparent, was the masculine, right? Even though I knew that I had the full package for myself, there was still something lacking. And before I could come into my wholeness, I had to validate my own inner masculine. What does that mean? I had to really become the boss. I had to really step out here being like, that's me. Like, I have been that person for a while, but I haven't just shared it online or publicly like that so openly, being so outspoken, being a little harsh, being a little dominant, maybe being a little gangster, being a little masculine, like all these things I have kind of hidden from others, right? Because out of many reasons, probably because I didn't want to be seen as too masculine. I didn't want to be seen as too powerful, maybe even. I didn't want to be seen as too like dark and evil, because this is all like this is the dark masculine, the light masculine. It's the masculine within us. And every woman has that. And I believe before I was looking for that version of myself without. You understand? Like I gave away that power for somebody to speak up for me like that, the way I speak up for myself now. I was looking for that inner man on the outside. No, 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 honey. So I was looking for that strong, powerful, masculine man without myself. But no, I had to become him. I had to validate because it was in me already, just like my beauty, just like my intelligence. This is what we call potentials, right? My beauty, my intelligence, and my power. It was inside of me all along, but I had to validate it, activate it, and give myself full permission to show it, right? To show up and be like, hey, that's me. Like that is a part of me. And this is why I am saying decenter men. Don't glorify the external men. Like if you become your powerful self, if you become your own inner masculine, and you let her or him run your business or run the parts of your life where you want to be seen as powerful and dominant, just as you want maybe your man to be. Like, that's the kind of man that I like, being very powerful, dominant, go-getters, confident, funny, like even on the brink of like superior confidence. Like, that's what I love. That's my full turn on. So I had to become her more on the outside, right? And this is also what is like validating that I had it within me. Like, I don't need you to tell me that I'm powerful. No, I know it, and I'm going to display it. I'm going to show it, right? I am here and I want to show it. So this is very important again, because I feel like this is what hinders most women to fully step into her power. If that's you, you have to integrate that. You have to validate him inside of you. I hope that makes sense for you, right? So you don't need the outside validation. You don't need the outside validation. You give it to yourself. And as soon as you know, this is such a big topic, like there's so much more to it, but I want to make it as easy as possible. If you know that you have activated and validated all of your powers within you, you don't need anybody to validate yourself. This is when you become whole. That is the individuation process by Jung, by Carl Jung. Like, that's this um psychological way of coming into wholeness, into oneness, into being sound, like being a full human being, being a full personality. Yeah, this is becoming a human, like a mature human, taking full responsibility for yourself, having the yin and the yang within yourself, being like this whole, full, I am whole. I don't need no one else to validate me. It doesn't mean that you're going to be alone. No, this is the space from which you actually can attract everything to you. This is when you will, as I said, if you realize I am beautiful, then people will come and tell you you're beautiful. If you think I am smart, this is when people are going to see you as smart too, as intelligent, right? If you know that you're powerful, I know that I'm powerful, right? You will have to claim it first. This is when other people are going to see your power, and this is when you are going to attract everything that you are to you. Right? So it's so important to validate ourselves and see ourselves for what we are, yet also doing the inner work to talk that big talk. I always say that, right? Like, I think you have to do the work so you can feel good with your beauty, that you can feel good with your own beauty standard. You have to also be smart and intelligent and also get the degree or get the certification or do something. Like, it doesn't always have to be that piece of paper, but do something that you feel like, yeah, I am really that girl. Sometimes it helps. Like, I have all my certifications on my wall over here. So I know I am that girl that I wanted to become. And the same thing with power, right? What does that mean? I'm powerful. Like, I am waiting on no one to do the things that I want to do. Like, I can figure it out myself, whether it be my business, whether it be my money, whether it be my social media production, I am going to do it. Like, I am self-reliant. I am resourceful. This is for me, this is powerful as well. I am creative, right? I have the power to say no. I have the power of choice, right? And let's dive a little deeper, because that's really a topic that I have struggled with for a long time, because it was so deeply hidden. Probably I have always allowed men like to come close to me in terms of dating men where I knew like they're not my type of men. Like, even though I have been attracting powerful men for the longest, like I also let men come close to me where it was like, no, I know like I am not attracted to you. Like, you're not my dude, right? But I let them come close to me. I even listen up, girl. Like that's I'm giving you like the full tea. I have gone on dates just because I knew that I would have like this luxurious experience, right? Being taken to the rooftop bars, being taken to the five-star hotels, like being taken to being flown out, right? Being flown out. Like I have had that a couple of times in my life. Um, things like that, right? I just mm, entertain these guys for the experience. Oh, now listen up. I don't want that anymore because I always realize it comes with a cost and I'm done with it. Like it's like keeping them away because they think if you, and that's obvious, right? They think that if you take the invitation to be flown out, they probably can do something, but no, I don't want to. Like I don't want to be with you. I actually think you're disgusting. Let's be real. Sorry, but not sorry. So I actually think you're disgusting. I don't want to touch you. I don't want to kiss you. I don't want to do nothing with you. I just wanted to the experience, but that's not how it goes. Let's be real. I acknowledge that within myself. That's not how it goes. And why did I do that? And why I'm saying that is because I want you to feel into it yourself. Why I did that is because I thought that I couldn't create those experiences for myself. Ooh, that's it. I didn't activate my inner animus. I didn't activate my inner powerful men. I didn't activate me taking myself out to the sky bar, to the luxurious fancy hotel bars or whatever, like being flown out. I didn't think that I could do it for myself, or part of me didn't think that I could do it for myself on a consistent basis, right? So this is where I had to really step more into my authenticity and realize I don't need those men because it was always like a cheap payoff. Like I don't want to spend my time with you. I don't want to be close. I don't want to pretend that I like you. I don't want to pretend that I think you're attractive. No. I don't want that. Leave me alone. Let me step into my powerful, wealthy men myself. I can create that for myself. I can take care of myself. I can validate myself. This is another one, the validation thing, right? Because if you think you're this powerful woman, you, of course, have to be with the powerful men. This would amplify your validation, right? I think many women fall into that trap. You think you're a powerful woman, and a part of the perfect picture is having this powerful man. So everybody can see, oh, I'm with this powerful man, so I must be this beautiful catch. No, I'm decentering men. Like I don't really care about men. I am all in my queendom, and I invite every woman to first be her own queen before anybody, an equally yoked king, can come into your life, right? But you have to become king first. That's the whole thing. People talk about that. Become king first. It's about validating yourself. No man from the outside has to validate your beauty, your intelligence, and your power, right? You see how I brought it all back together? Yes. So you validate yourself and you really realize, like, no, I am not dependent on the compliments. I am not dependent on the validation from the outside. It is good and it will come, but first I have to validate myself, and first I have to be that person that believes that I am her. You understand? So this is so, so, so important. This is your internal level of control, your internal locus of control for you to validate yourself, and the external will follow. And as I said in the beginning, that is one of the secrets of life, that you command it. Like, I decide that I'm ready. I decide that I am a millionaire now. I decide that I can do it. I decide that I'm beautiful. Like I decide that I'm privileged. I decide that I'm intelligent. Yeah. And yes, I also prove to myself that I meet the standards of the world. And yet I know more, right? Yes. I think I think it's important to also get into the measurement and to, yeah, be mirrored back. The mirror back is the result of doing the inner work. So that's what my business is all about, doing the inner work for external results. And if you want help, if you want to really do the inner work so you can talk that big talk, right? And come on here and also be a beacon of light. And this is what I really hope. Like, I am not only bragging to brag, even though it feels amazing, and I want more women to do that and to say who you are and what you are doing. But at the same time, I really want you to know that you can do that too. Like, if I'm in my power, it doesn't take away from your power. I'm here to remind you of your power. I want to give you the tools on how I got here and how you can create that multi-million-dollar brand for yourself, because you are her. You are your queen in your own right. And what you need to do is to validate yourself first, and everything else will follow. Okay, so that's it for now. I love this episode. And if you loved it just as much as I love it, show me some love. Show me some love. Leave a heart, leave a like, leave a subscription, leave a comment, live. I also said that in another video. Like, if the comments are too delicate for you to share them in the comment section, even though I would love that and it helps the algorithm, you know it, and I would love that. Like, show some support. But if you want to share, I would still love to hear from you, and you can write me on info@joanafatondji.com. Like, I would really love to hear from you, listen to your stories. Like, have you been struggling with validating yourself? Or have you been waiting? I think that's something that we do. Like, have you been waiting for something to come along to validate you? This is never going to happen. Like, you have to first validate yourself before the mirror will come. Okay. So again, show me some love. I am here. I love this. I want to continue to do that and just pour into you. And at the same time, I would love to create the dialogue, right? Because it's boring out here to just have this monologue, you know? So let's talk. Okay, so that's it for now. And yeah, stay dangerous out here. Until then, it's your girl, Joanna. Bye-bye.